and welcome to this Expert Viewpoints video. In this video, generative AI experts will share some best practices for writing effective prompts.
So prompt engineering is a very important step when using generative AI, because this is the way that we can interact with our model and ask it for the desired outcome. So the first step is to be very clear and specific about our ask to our model.
So really what you want to do is you want to be clear and specific with your language. If you think about a lot of times when we coach or if we're talking to people, we ask open-ended questions so to make sure that they have an opportunity to explore. But when we're working with the AI models, we want to be a little bit more specific and directive, okay?
The best practice for writing a prompt is being clear in your request, providing the context absolutely clearly, that is which application are you targeting, and then listing out the best, all the features that you want from the response. So these are the top 3 points for the most generic and the most prominent aspects of writing any good prompt.
Imagine giving instruction to a super creative robot. Keep it clear and concise, like telling it to write a catchy robot song. Don't be too bossy. Leave room for its own cool ideas. Do experiment with the length. Sometimes a short sentence is enough. Other times, the robot needs some more details.
The other one is to provide some context, background information to our model so that it can use that information and it helps it to provide the response for us. We also have to interact with the model using natural language and avoid any difficult language or ambiguity so that it can understand clearly what we are asking it to do. We have to include some examples. This is also concept of visual learning, so that based on the examples of it can be question answer or some examples about the structure of the response or style of the response. So it can use those examples to then generate the result accordingly based on what we are looking for.
So use specific language. And talk about an expert. If you're talking about a certain area, say as a healthcare expert or as a product manager, specific role or area of expertise helps the LLM kind of fine tune and focus in on the information that they want to talk about. For example, a prompt I'll use a lot of times when I'm working with my product management clients is say, as a product manager, help me write a problem statement in a standard problem statement format. And then it'll come back and it'll give me consistent output that looks like what I would consider a good problem statement. And then what you want to do is you want to go ahead and iterate. After ask it a question.
We can also provide some constraints if we want our content to be restricted or we want to avoid some type of structure or provide some guidelines. We can also limit the number of tokens or provide some context window. And we can also use prompt iteratively and evaluate and refine the prompt and based on the result we achieve. And we also have to make sure that there is a balance between model creativity or randomness and how much we want it to stay within the context, relevance context to a background information that we have provided to.
The newer models have a lot more memory, so they'll remember what you're talking about. So if you go through and it's missing some information, ask it to add it, rewrite the application for you. So iterate through until you either get the right prompt or you get the answer you want. The one last thing that I think is great to do is if you're not sure how to prompt it, ask. Say, what's the best way to prompt you to get a flowchart? And it'll actually tell you the type of prompt to get it.
Remember, practice makes perfect. Try different ways to phrase your instructions until you find the perfect match. Different robots have different skills, so tailor your prompts to their strengths. And finally, give it context like the story, or mood so it understands what you are aiming for. Remember, writing prompts is an art with clarity, balance, and a little robot love. You can unlock the amazing creative possibilities. Let's try the future. Thank you.